Well, hi, good morning. Welcome to my shop, and thank you for joining me here today. What is it today? July 8th today. So I really want to finish off these two radios today, if I can do it. This one, the one I first started working on, requires the alignment to be finished on it. And this one, even though I aligned it very nicely a couple of days ago, I blew it yesterday fiddling around with it, and I wrecked the alignment in it. So I have to do this one again too. So I'm going to do those things off camera, I think, and then when I have them done, we'll look at putting these guys back in their cabinets and giving them a last chance. Yeah. Hey, where's my mouse? I can't stop this. Once again. What's happened? Okay, so my computer mouse has disappeared, so this video is going to go on for the rest of my life now. What is going on here? There it is. I don't get that. Okay, there they are, all cleaned up. Yeah, well, cleaned up as much as I can clean them up quickly. I don't do anything special to Bakelite like this. I just clean it with some water and don't put too much elbow grease onto it. For fear of damaging the finish. I mean, there's lots of stuff you can read about how to clean this stuff, but I do the minimum. And this one, of course, is painted, and the paint's been knocked all over the place, but a little bit of effort, you can make that disappear, or repaint it. You could repaint that. Okay. These radios are known as Baby Champ radios, and just to show you really how popular these are in Ontario and maybe right across Canada. I don't know about into the United States or not. Just take a look at this. Well, this is the web page of the Canadian Vintage Radio Society. On their front web page is, there you go, Baby Champ right there. Only it looks a little nicer than the one I have. A little curious about how they got it to be that color. That's an odd color. But anyway, there you go. That's how popular these radios really are. Okay, let's give it a go. And we'll start with the broadcast only radio. And which cord is which? Okay. Sorry, I kind of stepped in front of the camera here, but here we go. Okay. We better go through the lights. Okay, everything's good. Now there is a light in here. Fat chance we're going to see any light from this in a totally dark room. It might be useful, but otherwise it's the lights in these radios are never that bright. Okay, here we go. Now this is connected to an antenna called a mini whip antenna, or I like to call it an E antenna. Produces a pretty good signal. The E antenna is connected to this loop. The loop is sitting a bit like that. We just turn it off for a moment. That's the difference. Okay, let's see what we get.
Tommy Jr., you had a fabulous customer this morning.
More than $3 million, a lot of that to do with the extra cash it has from its sales.
Now I'm just going to bring this up closer to the radio. We'll just go back down. Too bad for that interference. I wasn't expecting that. We'll just try to ignore it. Well, it's too much. Terrible. me try something here. I'm just going to stop for a moment and see if there's some better way to do this. Okay, I tried a few things to try to get rid of that interference, but once again, I don't know the source of it, and I can't seem to do anything about it. So, but the radio's AVC will quiet it when we get to the station. So the AVC is not doing much, not with these stations.
By that long-term construction regardless from approaching Jarvis. He's found Gardner delays just as you approach Parkside, also because of maintenance. Southbound 400 at Aurora Road.
They'll need services on a lunch on a Wednesday. You're probably going to have a bigger part of your restaurant.
That noise usually isn't around at this time of day, but honestly, I couldn't be absolutely sure. So there we are. So that's it for this radio. Not a bad performer. I'm sure it would be much better if that darn interference wasn't there. I'd be jumping up and down for joy. Okay, so we're going to try the other radio. I wouldn't expect it to be too much different. See what happens. But this one does not have a loop antenna on the back like the last one did. So this one we're going to make a direct connection. Here I put a fancy little clip here. Now I was making a connection to the chassis with this when I had it out on my bench, and I don't know that is even possible to do now. Because the chassis is hidden away in a radio like this. You can't contact it from outside. Not supposed to. So we'll just hook up one lead from the antenna. We'll see how it goes. And this radio also has no on-off. It's always on. It's always on. So I'm going to plug it in here. Little flash on the dim bulbs. Just like the other one, the light here is going to be so dim. How dim is it, Jim? Well, it's this dim. There you are. Dim is right. Okay. Now, if my camera will just focus, that'd be nice. There we go. I'll leave it just like that. So we're on the broadcast band, and we'll go to the high end here. Where's that interference? Very good reception. Yeah, it's very good. Very, very good reception. Except for the interference. Better than the other radio is doing, but maybe it's because of the direct connection.
Helping to solve the murder of 19-year-old Renelia Richards, who was also killed by a stray bullet last December while outside a Mississauga club.
Dublin, Ireland, AC/DC, August 17th. Man, oh man. field. I mean, he was borderline the right-handed version, American League version of like a Fred.
So every one of those stations was a local station in the sense that I'm receiving it via the ground wave. It's 5 o'clock in the afternoon now. Oh, a little later than I thought. Another hour or so, and the sky waves will start coming in, and I'll go from receive on a good radio. Go from receiving these 15 or so local stations, local being as far away as Buffalo, actually, which is quite a distance from here, to receiving stations on virtually every channel all the way from one end to the other. There's maybe 5 or 6 spots where I cannot, I hear stations, but I can't make them out, so I can't put them in my book. So that's the situation during the day. Local Canadian stations, mostly from Toronto, but other places. Now we're going to go to shortwave. We're starting at 6 megahertz, 5 in the afternoon. Shouldn't be anything here. Coming up on 7, we might get something here. Eight.
As its will, in a way that simply isn't possible any other way.
This is a truth that is explained really well in the scripture. Really, this is something that very much.
But he said, you cannot see my face.
.13 megahertz there. Those pops are things being turned on and off in my house. Teletype. Coming up on 15. Looking for WWV. No. There we go. And have the volume fairly high for that, but not bad at all. Great. So thanks a lot for watching the series on these radios. Hope you got a kick out of it. They aren't the greatest looking radios around, but they work pretty good now. So thanks a lot for watching. The next radio that's coming in here is a big honkin' Hammerland radio. It's going to come in here. One I've never even looked inside it yet. Okay, we'll see ya. Bye.